Within the affordable category, especially for under $1,000, the options are unlimited. You've got heritage brands from Japan like Seiko, Citizen, Orient, or entry-level Swiss brands like Tissot, Certina, or Mido. In between all of that, you have a wide variety of micro brands fighting for market share within the affordable range, not to mention the likes of Timex and Casio. There really isn't a better time to be into watches. The variety is ridiculous at the moment, and it's almost like a choice paralysis. What to buy for the money, or at least what to buy first. If you've got small wrists like myself, here are a few options for everyday watches that won't break the bank but will make you a happy owner. Arguably one of the best watches under $1,000, you're getting a well-established brand. Their design, build quality, offerings, customer service, it's what you expect from a mainstream brand. The best part is Christopher Ward's 5-year worldwide movement warranty and no-fuss 60-day return policy. With the C63, you're getting an extremely wearable and comfortable 36mm light catcher case, 43mm lug to lug, less than 11mm in height, and a bracelet that tapers from 20 to 18. It's definitely not the most interesting watch in the world, but as an everyday watch, it's almost perfect for the price, which in this case is just under $1,000 at $980. What I love most about the Sealander range is the variety. If you don't like the black dial, go for the white dial. If you think the 36 is too small, go for the 39. If you just want one watch and be done with the watch hobby, you can't go wrong with the Sealander range from Christopher Ward. Amazing watches, amazing quality. And here it is on my 6-inch wrist. The size is what you expect from a 36mm watch. Alongside the comfort and wearability, the C63 is really well built and is of a really high standard. The bracelet is awesome, and especially the on-the-fly adjustment clasp. And if I'm being completely honest, it's comparable to watches of at least 2 times the price. Now, it's not without its flaws. The male end links make the watch extend more than it should. The clasp is way too long, and I do think the dial is rather plain. But overall, one of the best options at this price point, and you definitely can't go wrong. Next up is definitely one of the most original and unique suggestions, the Seiko SARB033. Coming in at 38mm case diameter, 44.5mm lug to lug, 12.5mm thick, and 20mm lug width. It's a watch that really needs no introduction. It's an icon within the watch collecting world, and you'll find enthusiasts from the affordable spectrum all the way to luxury collectors with one of these in their collection. Seriously, it's got a cult-like following. Probably one of the most respected watches in the affordable space, and you'll be hard-pressed to come across someone who doesn't know what the SARB is. Yes, it's been discontinued, and yes, the prices have basically doubled over the last few years, but it's still very much worth the money in my opinion. You're getting a fully in-house timepiece with very clear Japanese watchmaking DNA. It's hard not to fall in love with the SARB. You can still find these online for about $500 to $700. Even for today's standard, the SARB is still a great timepiece with its comfort, rich Japanese watchmaking DNA, fully in-house build, and of course the SARB is a classic. Does the SARB have flaws? Absolutely. The 6R movement can be a bit of a hit or miss, the discontinued price hikes can be annoying, and the bracelet really isn't very good at all. But still, it's an amazing watch, and it's something you can be really proud of owning. If you aren't bothered or just not into the hype, the Seiko SRPD is its replacement, but it's also discontinued, but it is easier to source via online retailers. Objectively though, it's not as good as the SARB, but you might prefer it. Next up is the first proper microbrand entry, and this one is really for those looking for an affordable alternative to the Rolex Explorer 36. The Traska Summiteer V4, the latest edition, comes in the ideal 36mm sizing, 44mm lug to lug, only 9mm thin, which goes up to 10 when including the box dome sapphire crystal. The movement is the Miyota 9 series with no date. Traska applies their proprietary case hardening on the Summiteer, which makes it 6 times more scratch resistant than your regular case, and I can attest to this. Mine looks brand new after 8 months of rotation. And finally, what I love is that it's not a direct homage, it has its own unique characteristics. The embossed inner dial that gives it that depth, accompanied by the raised 3D lume plots, and the diamond cut hands are extremely fitting on the Traska. For $625 for a micro brand, it's by no means little money, but you're getting a lot of watch here for the money. The case hardening is awesome on a micro brand. The 36mm size is perfect. It's super thin for an automatic movement, but I suppose that's what the Miyotas are known for. And it's a really good alternative, not a direct homage, a good alternative to the Rolex Explorer 36. Look, it's not perfect. The polished case doesn't fit the whole adventure dial or the whole Explorer vibe, And the price is, again, a little steep for a micro brand, especially when you're only getting a Miyota. But in saying all that, it's still a very fair price for what you're getting. Next, we have the Seiko SBDC159, also known as SPB249J outside of Japan, and it's a nod to Seiko's 1959 Laurel Alpinist, the first Alpinist ever made. It comes in at 38mm, just over 46mm lug to lug, and just under 13mm thick. A great Goldilocks size for all wrists. The star of the show on the SBDC 159 is definitely the textured dial with vertical stripes running down the dial. Seiko is well known for their creative dial textures, for example the slow flick dial on the Grand Seiko comes to mind, but a textured dial on an affordable timepiece, done to this level, kudos to you Seiko. Even though your quality control isn't great, you're still putting out amazing dials. For $600, you're getting a dial and a watch that's simply worth a whole lot more money than what you're paying for. Look, it's not perfect. It's a little thick at 13mm, which can be a little uncomfortable when worn for longer periods of time. And I don't get the display case back on an adventure watch with 2 holes of micro adjustments. That bracelet is a joke. Seiko, you may as well have given us none. That being said, I do believe this is one of the better modern Seikos out there, and you just can't go wrong. Wouldn't be a list without having at least one God tier Casio. The A158 is one of my favorite watches of all time, period. You're getting a 34mm case diameter, 8.5mm thin, and a lug to lug of 38mm. It's one of the most comfortable watches I've ever owned. It's a watch with an LCD display, a timer function, a horrible backlight, and virtually indestructible build. It's also just so simple yet so good looking. The colors surrounding the LCD dial, the chrome plated resin case with the stainless steel bracelet. If any watch is perfect, in my opinion, it's this one. Excluding factors like price and availability, I just love the design of the A158. It's no doubt opposite to the whole idea of watches being luxurious jewelry with intricate materials and unique design. This one here is just simple. LCD screen, stainless steel bracelet, off you go. On my 6-inch wrists, the A158 is just perfect. The retro-inspired design looks amazing. The price is undeniable at $20. It's durable and reliable. Casio's amazing when it comes to that. And there's virtually no cons with the A158. It's a perfect watch. It's awesome. I don't know how else to explain it. If you don't already have one, go get one. If you have larger wrists, you can opt for the A168, which is slightly larger but similar vibes. I mean, just look at it. It's perfect. Here's a wild card option, the TagHeuer Professional 2000. This one here measures in at 38mm, 44 lug to lug, and extremely thin at only 9mm thin. The reference on this is the WE2210, dating all the way back to the early 90s. Mine is in extremely good condition with patina on the lume plots showing its age. If you're not familiar with the 2000 series, they're the foundation to what TagHeuer calls their Aqua Racer today. They sold like hotcakes in the 90s and were treated as everyday tool watches that were robust. Bear in mind, TagHeuer made many different variations of these. Most of them are plain like this one you're seeing here. Most of them you can actually find in multiple different colors like blue, yellow, and various different designs as well. For the price of around $400 to $700, it's hard to go wrong with the workhorse that is the Professional 2000. It's reliable and you know it's here to last for at least another few decades. If you're into thinner watches like divers, you'll love this one. It's barely noticeable on the wrist and will slide under any cuffs. You likely won't find another 200-meter diver that's thinner than this. So there you have it. That's 6 everyday watches that do their own thing and cater to their own unique target market. I own all of these watches myself, and without a doubt the Casio is my favorite out of the bunch. I am biased towards it though because it's genuinely one of my favorite watches of all time. Second to that on the list, perhaps the C63 Sealander. It ain't half bad at all. But really you can't go wrong with any of them. All of them are from good brands and all of them are great quality. So help me out, comment one additional watch to the list in the comment below, and I will see you next time.